Thank you. I hope that we are able to find the funding at some point and appreciate your thoughts on that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First and foremost, I want to thank Dr. Witecki for coming down to the Archbold Research Center off Route 70, which is the same road I live on, but about 50 miles away. When I first ran for Congress, that was one of the first places I visited. It was very impressive, as I'm sure you were, and I know the cattlemen in my district really appreciate whatever the future holds for the things they're doing there. I also want to thank Dr. Ramaswamy for attending my citrus caucus, and as you know, I think that the citrus growers in my district really appreciated that and the things that you are working on. And as I said in that citrus caucus meeting, you know, a lot of what the growers in my district and I know around the country are worried about is not so much they don't appreciate the money that has been appropriated and the progress that you all have made on their behalf. They're just concerned that it might not be soon enough that greening and the like are remedied before they can pass it on to the next generation or stay in business or make it worth it just to be a citrus grower. And I know your all focus may be more of a long-term outlook, and I appreciate that, as I said. But our Commissioner of Agriculture in the state of Florida, Adam Putnam, who used to be a colleague of ours here, recently had to declare an agricultural crisis, state of emergency, so to speak, in order to use some of the bactericides that have been approved for other fruits, but not citrus. And apparently that was fine in an emergency situation, but not over the long haul. And that's kind of confusing to some of my growers that it's taking so long for it to be approved, but when it's declared a state of emergency, they're okay with it. I get government bureaucracy, but that's very, very frustrating. So my question is, when do you think we'll see the solutions you've been working on implemented in the groves on a large scale? And the research your department is funding is very detailed. What do you need from us to go ahead and conclude the research and to put these tools into the growers' hands?
Mr. Rooney, the citrus greening situation is one that is very, very serious. So we have been focusing our research activities, both those that are administered through the extramural programs at NIFA, providing grants to tap into that talent in universities, and also through the Agricultural Research Service, through its dedicated facilities and scientists. The disease itself is one that has posed enormous challenges. We can't even culture the organism to study it in the laboratory. And one of the grants that has just come from NIFA to the University of Florida and is the focus of some of the work that's being done at Lake Alfred is specifically to do that, to develop that way so that we can better understand this organism and then better develop ways to actually combat it in the groves. So to your question of when are we going to be able to implement the research that's been conducted so far, some of that is already being translated and provided out to the growers through extension. There's new germplasm and some rootstock that has come out of ARS's work that is also being transferred, but it takes a time to grow that up and to make it available. So I can't answer you with a specific date of when there is going to be a solution or a suite of solutions that are going to really stop this disease. I can say that we're going to continue to work with the universities through the research programs of NIFA and through cooperative extension that NIFA funds, and also to continue the work at ARS.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I just want to, again, reiterate the urgency that my growers really feel like they're at the end of their rope. And everything that you're doing is very much appreciated, but there is that sense out there from growers that the time needs to be now, and so I appreciate everything that you're doing.
So might I add that ARS released 7 rootstocks in FY14, and we've been working cooperatively with the state of Florida. So we've been in field trials with the state of Florida, and the results appear to be excellent. And so we hope to be, in the next couple of years, able to release those on a large-scale commercial basis. As Dr. Wotecki said, you know, we can't give you a specific date, but we understand the urgency and are trying to move these things out as fast as possible.
Okay,